Hello and welcome back everyone to Lightning Speed Racing. We are just about to end the one-shot qualifying here today at the Portuguese Grand Prix. Elian Bine is going to start off the one-shot qualifying on pole position. Just beside him on the front row is Hella High. So real quickly, let's talk about where we are. We're here at the Portuguese Grand Prix for the Lightning Speed Racing Round 2 Championship event in Group 2. Let's quickly talk about where we are. We are here at the Algarve International Circuit. It's got 15 turns to make up a circuit length of 4.6 kilometers. That's 2.8 miles long. There are 2 DRS stones to help encourage overtaking for a round here. One down the pit straight and one down the between turn 4 and turn 5. So with the track details aside, let's get this race underway here in Season 1 of Group 2. Alright, so this is the Portuguese Grand Prix one-shot qualifying results. This is going to look a little bit different from our usual short qualifying than our 50% race. The reason why is because we have our first ever sprint race that is in LSR. So how this is going to work is it's going to be our one-shot qualifying, which we just had, Elian Bine on top of that one. And then we're going to go into a 25% race, which is going to be around 18 laps or so, and that's going to be pretty short. It's going to last around 25 minutes or so, and then we're going to go ahead and enter our 50% race, which will be around 33 laps. So it's going to look a little bit different, but of course it will be very exciting. So if you're new to the LSR channel, definitely subscribe to see more LSR content. If you're interested in seeing or joining the league, actually, contact us here on YouTube by commenting down below. We will get to you so you can join our amazing community of racers. So today, this is the Group 2 race. Formation lap will be getting underway for the 25% race, and then we're going to get underway. So you're probably wondering, who am I? Well, I'm Formula Jonah, your commentator for today. I'm also the admin and owner of Lightning Speed Racing, so I'll be commentating to you about all our drivers here today. Right now in this sprint race we have 12 drivers, but we will have some more drivers most likely join during the sprint race. They couldn't make it to the actual sprint race, but they're a little bit late. Hopefully they'll join during our 50% race that they will have. So we're here at Portimao. Last time out, we had the Belgian Grand Prix, which was very exciting, of course. Go check that out. You can check out the stream here. But it looks like the formation lap is going to get underway. Then we're going to get a race. So let's quickly get the tire graph as well. 17 laps for the sprint race here today. And this is going to be our very first sprint ever race, of course, in LSR. The first time we've ever done this, and it's going to be a very interesting one, guys. So I'm hoping everything goes good. We are also running strict corner cutting on today's race due to the Portimao circuit being very open. You know, there's a lot of places to gain a lot of time, and so today we'll be running the strict corner cutting format. Usually, what we do with the corner cuttings is we take a look at the grid itself, and the track, of course, and we see if it needs regular corner cutting or strict corner cutting. So let's get into this race. If you guys can, like this video. If you're enjoying the commentary so far, send in some comments on your thoughts about this upcoming race that's happening in LSR. A lot of drivers out there that can get a good result. Let's quickly do the rundown of the sprint qualifying format of that one-shot qualifying coming down into this sprint race. Elian Bine is on top with Hella High in P2. Then we got Zagdictus and Nicky Lauda, the two Alpines, starting P3 and P4. Great to see that, of course. Fabregas 115 on the medium compound tire, starting in 5th position. Let's see what he can do. I think he left the session, but hopefully he's rejoined to our LSR race here today. Then we got Lizzie and that McLaren starting P6 with Electric Envy alongside him over there in the Aston Martin car. Peppeslin is in the Ferrari here today with FinPro Gamer making an appearance, of course, for the AlphaTauri team. His first race in LSR, as he couldn't make the Belgian Grand Prix, but we'll see what he can do here today. Then we got TT44 with Noncer Vapor alongside him, and Santo rounding off the grid for Aston Martin. So the grid is ready to go for the Grand Prix. Looks like there's a little bit of glitching going on there. A few cars bundled up there. I think that's just how it kind of works for around here. So we're going to head down to turn 1, see what these drivers can do here at the Portimao circuit, at the Algarve International circuit. We're ready to get this race underway. I hope you guys are all ready for the Grand Prix here in LSR. This is the sprint qualifying format in Group 2, Round 2 of the Season 1 Championship race. I'm Formula Jonah, your commentator, and let's get this sprint qualifying race underway. Okay, so the grid is ready to go. The drivers are all on the grid. The formation lap is over, and we're ready to get this race underway. A little bit of a glitching going on with the standings there. And where is the 5 red lights? I hope we don't get... Oh, there we go. No glitches. So it is just the 5 red lights out. And away we go for the LSR sprint race here in Portugal. And it is lights out, and away we go. Pretty good start for the top 2 there, as Hella High tries to get on Ellie and Bayern. Down into turn 1 we go. They're almost going 3 wide. Down in the back there, there's a McLaren of Leezy spinning off there. I think he made contact possibly with that Alfa Romeo there, but it looks like Ellie and Bayern gets a comfortable lead over Hella High, who is now in P2 under pressure from Zigdictus in the Alpine in P3. Niki Lauda got a great start as well. Same with Electric Envy, already up to P5 at the start of this one. A few drivers on the medium compound tires, remember, Not Sir Vapor up there, and Leezy, who had that spin, is in P11, looking to get back up into the points. Now, in terms of points, we should probably talk about that. There is going to be no points awarded for the sprint qualifying format. That could change during the season, but for today's race and for the Group 1 race coming up tomorrow, there will be no points awarded for the sprint qualifying. That could change though, but into the race, there will be points. So Ellie and Bayern on top as it stands. Purple sector, of course, as he leads us away by 8/10 to Hella High. This is looking very interesting, of course, up at the top. Who can get advantage here? Now, at the previous race in Spa, we had a nice battle for P1 there. Ellie and Bayern took pole and won that Grand Prix as well. He leads the championship with his teammate Luke Tourette, who's unfortunately not able to make the race here today, as Ellie and Bayern starts the fastest lap and starts lap 2 of the sprint qualifying race here today. But yeah, there's a few... Ooh, that is actually Electric Envy going down the inside on Niki Lauda. What a move that was from the Aston Martin driver. He's up to P4. Very good move from Electric Envy. Already seen some overtakes already in this Group 2 race. Great to see, of course, as look at that. We also have Santo on FinPro Gamer. I think Santo wants to make the move on the AlphaTauri as fast as possible. He's got the DRS. Actually, he has no DRS. It's just straight line speed. He goes down the inside, down into turn 5. FinPro goes for the switchback maneuver. Could it work out for him? He's got the speed. Fabregas rejoins the session. He's going to be in P6 as Santo and FinPro go side by side down to turn 8. Oh, might be a warning for one of those drivers as one of them went wide there, as FinPro does get ahead of Santo. Oh, that is Fabregas going off the track. I wonder if he lost it at the exit at 8. That is a corner that you can lose it very easily at. He's back in his car on the medium compound tires. And it looks like FinPro still trying to get ahead of Santo. Meanwhile, we got Not Sir Vapor on the medium. Oh, and Not Sir Vapor spins the car. He looks to say that he's going to get back on track. That might be a... Yeah, it's a 3-second time penalty. I gotta say, that's not going to be... He's probably going to try and get that removed because that was not a penalty that he would have wanted, of course. As Hella High since the fastest lap of the race. Now, going back to what I was saying a little bit earlier ago, we had a nice battle for first. Hella High, unfortunately, lost the car at Puan and finished 4th in that Grand Prix. He is 2nd right now and looking to win the sprint qualifying format. Now, how this works, guys, is that whoever finishes in first position of this race, they will start on pole. So right now, this is all about racing right now, because usually what we would have is like a short qualifying where we have drivers going out setting their quickest laps. Right now, we're just having racing. That's all that is. And the thing is, guys, is that the owners, admins, before the season got underway, what we did is we looked at all the tracks on the Formula 1 game as FinPro Gamer and Peppa, I think they were going side by side there. FinPro up into P7, Peppa trying to get ahead of the AlphaTauri as soon as possible, but couldn't get past. But yeah, what I was saying is the owners and admins took a look at all the tracks on the Formula 1 game, and we decided that there's 3 tracks that we decided that should be a sprint qualifying race, and that's Portimao, and that's Interlagos, and that will be the Bahrain International Circuit. So those 3 circuits will have the sprint qualifying format. This is the first, as there goes Peppa down the inside of the AlphaTauri, and what a move that was from Peppa. He's making a lot of moves today, but FinPro trying to fight this one back, maybe going for the switchback maneuver to get a better exit. Yes, it looks like he does, as TT gets a 3-second time penalty, so TT44 gets a penalty there. But it should be all good as Electric Envy and Zigdictus. I think Electric Envy just moved up into 3rd place. He's at the fastest lap as well. Electric Envy absolutely flying right now. As there goes FinPro Gamer up into 7th place. The AlphaTauri driver moves past the Ferrari of Peppa. So Peppa down to P8 now. FinPro now up to 7th and now going to try and challenge Santo. I wonder if he's struggling a little bit with tire wear. Maybe he had wing damage. It kind of looks like he has wing damage, but I don't think he does. But look at Peppa. He's going to try and fight this one back. Maybe go down the inside. There he go. Oh, that was contact. Peppa went really late on that, and that might be a penalty for the Ferrari driver. Santo was just right in the middle of the track there. He was just driving along, and Peppa went for a super late dive bomb. That didn't work out. That's going to be something that the stewards will have to look into there, as Peppa is going to get a penalty for that one there. It went too late, as FinPro was disqualified for running the wrong way. What happened there to the AlphaTauri driver? I have no idea what happened there, but Santo and Peppa made contact. Both, I think, have damage. Yeah, they both have damage. Oh, that's super unfortunate for the both of them there. Unfortunately, Peppa just went straight into the back of Santo. Unfortunate to see that. So, FinPro Gamer is going to be out of the session, as, by the way, we got hella high on Alien Bind. The battle at the front is going to get quite interesting. But yeah, FinPro Gamer out of the session, disqualified for running the wrong way on track. I think what happened there is that, he maybe spun it and then the game just disqualified him. That's a really unfortunate situation there, but he's gonna have to wait for the next I'd say around 10 minutes until we get the 50% race underway, as Peppa and Santo come into the pit lane after the contact that they had. Santo unfortunately was just the driver that was there, and unfortunately Peppa just went straight into Santo, and nothing wrong that Santo did there, of course, as he was just turning, but he's going to get damage from that, and unfortunately moved down to P11. But don't worry, the great thing about the sprint qualifying race is that you may be further down the grid, but the thing is that in the race you'll have another opportunity to get some good points. That'll be great. We'll see how that all works out. Hella High, though, right on the back of Ellie and Bind. Can Hella High start off this race by qualifying on pole? He's got to pass Alien Bind. Now, usually in the short qualifying format, you would just set a better lap, of course. But in this, you actually have to overtake your fellow driver. Let's see how this works out. Alien is going to try and keep first, though. He wants to start on pole for the Portuguese Grand Prix here today. Hella High also wants that, though. And meanwhile, we got the fast-moving Electric Envy absolutely flying right now. He's got a 1.7 gap to the Alpine of Zedictus, and now he's starting to close up on Hella High and Alien Bind. This could this be a three-car finish to the end of the Grand Prix? Of course, a three-way fight for the win. We will find out. As Alien goes a little bit wide there, that might allow Hella High to maybe get the jump on the Williams driver. He's much closer this time around. 3/10 now separate Williams and AlphaTauri. But yeah, this is quite interesting so far, as also, by the way, I think a few drivers trying to get into the session, so that'll be good as well. I think we have Fabregas and Lisi. They're going to try, and oh, it's actually Fabregas has left the session. I think he's having a little bit of internet troubles there, as the Alfa Romeo will be down to P8. Yeah, I think that Alfa might be struggling a bit with internet. I'm not sure exactly. But Lisi does get up into P7. Fabregas down to P8. TT44 now right in the back of the Alfa Romeo. Now we could see a nice little battle here for 7th place in this Grand Prix. By the way, we also have a nice battle for P5. Non-Survapors mediums are really working out for him in today's race. He's going to try and get past Niki Lauda, but we got to move on back to this. Hella High going for the move on Alien Bind. Here we go, down into turn 1 we go. Who's going to get ahead? The two side by side. Oh, a little bit of contact, I think that was, but Hella High just about gets behind there. Alien Bind just about gets ahead, but that's allowed Electric Envy now to get within 1.6 seconds to the AlphaTauri driver. This could allow Envy to try and get involved in this, a three-way fight for P1. Just 10 laps remain of this sprint race, and already we've had some amazing action on track. Alien Bind still leads us away, but just barely to Hella High in P2. That AlphaTauri right behind that Williams car. Keep an eye on Electric Envy in P3 as well, so we'll see how that all works out. But Niki Lauda comes into the pit lane, will get ahead of Lisi, but will be in P6. I wonder why he pit. Maybe he had damage, or maybe thinking that he just had, he maybe decided to pit, as that is the Aston Martin of Santo and Peppa. I wonder if there was contact again between the two. What happened there? I have no idea what happened there between the two, but I wonder if the stewards are going to look into that one. Unfortunate to see that. Something happened between the two there. as they're going to get back on track. What is going on between these two here? They're going to get back on track. Everything will be good there. And the thing about this sprint qualifying format is, Alien Bind, Electric Envy, and Hella High all come into the pit lane. They have chosen to, and same with Zigdictus as well, all four come into the pit lane. They decided to do that. Not Sir Vapor will stay out on his medium. So now is the time to pit for these drivers in the Grand Prix. Now, will the pit stops change anything in results? It's going to be really close. But Elian just comes out ahead. Santo and Peppa out of the Grand Prix. They're going to have to wait till the race, of course, gets underway. So we'll see how that all works out. But Elian Bayan comes out in second place. Not Sir Vapor now leads the Grand Prix by 9.9 seconds to the Williams driver. Hella High on those mediums as well. Comes out right behind the Williams driver. Let's see how this works out. And Electric Envy right there as well. 1.5 seconds separates the second, third, and fourth drivers there. That's great to see. Zigdictus and Niki Lauda are there as well. The Alpine, actually, of Zigdictus is right there. He's 5.3 seconds behind. So could we see possibly a 4 to 5 way fight for the race victory here today, or the pole position, as that's what it's called here in the sprint qualifying format? That's possibly what's going to happen. Also saw a comment come in for he was I think a driver. I think that might have been FinPro Gamer that said he was disqualified for no reason. Unfortunate to see that, of course, this FinPro Gamer was disqualified for really just, I think he spun off there and just got disqualified. Really unfortunate to see that, of course, as Lazy has just spun around, and I think he has a 10-second time penalty for cutting corners. These strict corners can be quite difficult to manage, because, I mean, while we are on the strict format here, it can be a little bit difficult to get right. As Hella High moves up into second place now, he has got past Elian Bine. Is Elian gonna fight this one back? We were talking about some other drivers while this battle was happening on, so I didn't get it really on camera there. Sorry about that, guys, but all good. Elian Bine now comes out in P3. Meanwhile, TT44 and Niki Lauda trade positions. So the Mercedes now moves up into 6th place. Now, he pit a little bit earlier on the soft compound tires as he gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there. That is quite interesting, as he went just a little bit wide there. But the game saw it that the 3 seconds was for that, I mean, maybe he got a 3 second for going too wide. I don't know exactly. Not Sir Vapor now leads by 8.6 seconds. So Hella High has actually gained a lot of time on Not Sir Vapor. That's to be expected, though, because Not Sir Vapor is on 8-lap-old mediums. As Elian Bayan gets a 3-second time penalty. This could affect the race results today, as Hella High doesn't have any penalties as it stands. Hella High could be taking home the pole position here today. We will find out how that works as Lazy retires from the session. And he's going to have to wait till the end of this couple of laps here for the race to get underway. As Hella High sets the fastest lap of the race. Great to see that, as Elian Bayan right on the back of the AlphaTauri driver. Now, if Elian, Hella High went a little wide there. That invites Elian to maybe make a move on the AlphaTauri. He backs off, though, knows that he can't make a dive bomb into turn 3, but he could make a dive bomb down to turn 5. Let's find out. As he has the DRS, he's closing. He is going possibly he's looking for the move, but he backs off. He knows that there is just not enough space to make a dive bomb. Elian Bayan now P3 still. So he's going to have to make the overtake in the DRS zone. Now, he has to be worried. He's going to be a little worried because Electric Envy is starting to close a little bit on that Williams driver. So Elian and Hella High might be just getting a little nervous. That Aston Martin closing in on the two of them. You can just see Envy coming through that section right now. The top 3, second, third, and fourth are all just separated by just a few tenths. Great to see this, of course. And out in front is Not Sir Vapor on the medium compound tires. This has really worked out for him. He could be starting pole position as long as he keeps that gap to Hella High. And, he has got to make sure that, he now comes into the pit lane. And he has to pit. I forgot about that. He does actually have to pit. So that's to be expected. So Hella High will retake the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix. If I'm not mistaken, this is going to be his first time that he's led this Grand Prix. But it might not be for long, because here comes Elian Bayan on the AlphaTauri. Much different line through that section there. He's got a much different line, which could help him out to get up into first, possibly down into turn 3 if he's got the speed. But he couldn't do that in this particular lap. So he's going to have the opportunity possibly to do exactly what he was trying to do just a lap ago at turn 5, but he's just too far back. I think Hella High is using a little bit more ERS than that Williams. Look at this though. Here comes Electric Envy as well. It's a 3-way fight for pole position here today. This is going to be incredible. Now keep an eye, while this 3-way fight is going on, Not Your Vapor is on the soft compound tires. He could be flying right now and chasing after the Alpine of Zigdictus in P4. So we could see a nice battle for P4 there between Zigdictus and Not Sir Vapor. We will find out how that works out. Also TT44 in the Mercedes is there as well. 4 seconds separating the Red Bull and the Mercedes. They are on, I'd say different tire wear, but same tires of course. Nicky Lauda could be trying to make a move on TT44, so we can see how that all works out. But I think our biggest battle is for the front, guys. Look at that. We are seeing a 3-way fight for P1 in this Grand Prix, and if this race goes on, we'll see how it all works out. But anyway, to the line we go. Look at Electric Envy. He is right on the back of the Williams car. Electric Envy could be going for a move. Doesn't look like it down into turn 1, though. He knows there's not enough space to send it. You can't actually send it down into turn 1. I think the best place to make a send would be down into turn 3 or maybe turn 5. That's the only 2 places to really make a send. You have to be basically side by side with the driver coming down into turn 1. And that's the thing, too, is that you could see some great side-by-side action in there. The Aston Martin could not get past onto turn 5, though. He looked for the move on Ellie and Bayern, but could not get past. The battle for battle for first between third is just going to continue on. Electric Envy right in the back of Ellie and Bayern. This is going to get really interesting, though. Ooh, Alien loses the car a little bit. This could allow Electric Envy to go round the outside of turn 10. He's been pulling on some amazing overtakes today, but it looks like that one just wasn't there at that time. But he has been absolutely on fire in this sprint qualifying format, and if he's been on fire in this race, who knows what he could be doing in the official race for the points today. But wow, this is going to be incredible to watch. So Ellie and Bayern still within the DRS range of Hella High. We're on lap 12 out of lap 17. Just a few laps remain of this Portuguese Grand Prix. I think we're going to see more of a battle for second here today, right now, because Electric Envy and Ellie and Bayern are very close to each other. 7/10 separates first and second, but just 1/10 separates second and third. Both get a pretty good exit out of turn 1 and into turn 3. They are pretty much how they were just a lap ago. Not Sir Vapor, fastest lap of the race. He's absolutely flying on those soft compound tires. Could be starting 4th in this Grand Prix. He does have a 3-second time penalty, which could affect his end result today. But if he gets the gap to Zigdictus, gets past him, then gets the gap, he should be able to get that. As, oh my goodness, Not Sir Vapor spins as I say that and gets a 10-second time penalty. What was that about? Now, okay, guys, I've been saying this quite a bit, but the strict corner cutting on this track, that's why the admins are kind of debating if we're going to do regular or strict. The reason why we are debating that is because sometimes, because this is a new track and also because of strict corner cutting, sometimes there's a few glitches that come into the game. So like Not Sir Vapor spinning off there gets a 10-second time penalty. That is definitely not true, of course. Same thing that happened with Fin Pro Gamer, disqualified for spinning there. That's not something you want to see, of course. So that's kind of how that works out. It's kind of weird, but we feel that the strict corner cutting is a much better situation for this. By the way, guys, we are on lap 13 and we're still seeing some great battles here. How Ellie and Bayern is going to be the next, I think, to make an overtake on Hella High. Let's actually see if he can make a move on Hella High. I'll come back to what I was saying in just a bit. But here he goes, 2/10 separating. Oh, he's much more faster through turn 1 than Hella High. I think he takes a much more, he's got a lot more grip, I would say, through the first turn. Electric Envy right there as well. That Aston Martin is right there. Not Sir Vapor is out of the Grand Prix. What happened to the Red Bull? He is off. Where is that? Oh, that's at the exit of 15 as Elian Bayern makes the move on Hella High. The battle continues on. Elian gets up into first place. So while I was looking at the Red Bull, the Williams got passed up into first place. So good move from Elian Bayern now. He is up into first place. Is Hella High going to come under pressure from Electric Envy? I told you guys earlier on that we're going to get an amazing 3-way fight for first place in this Grand Prix, and we're definitely getting that right now here today in Group 2. Hella High still in the back of Ellie and Bayern, Electric Envy right there as well. The 3 just continuing to battle on all the way to the end of this this sprint race. This is going to be incredible, guys. If this is a taste of what's to come, I can't wait for the actual Grand Prix, because I mean, this is just the sprint qualifying, guys. I mean, this is not really for points. These guys are just battling for position. And I mean, next time out, we're gonna have the official Grand Prix, of course, will just be coming after the sprint qualifying format. So we'll see how that all works out. It's gonna be great to see. But here comes Hella High down the inside on Elian Bine, and what a move that was from the AlphaTauri. Elian tries to get the move though on the AlphaTauri of Hella High. As there goes Electric Envy down the inside. Elian and Electric Envy side by side with almost contact between the two. They are side by side coming down to turn 4. The Aston Martin goes a little bit wide there, might get a warning, but Electric Envy makes the overtake. Here comes the Williams of Elian. He gets ahead because I think Envy just let him pass. I think Envy got passed off track. That's why he let him pass. And that's a smart decision, of course, from the Aston Martin driver today. But Elian gets ahead. Electric Envy and Elian, great battle there. That was great to see. But we will see how it all works out. Hella High retakes the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix here on lap 15. Just 2 laps remain. If you're including this one, it would be 3 laps. But basically 2 more laps of overtaking we're going to get here today in LSR. Just 7 finishers in today's races. 5. 4 retired, 1 disqualified, and a few more will be joining during the race as well. I know 2, I think, that will be joining. So we should get a 14 grid for the official F1 race. Those drivers will start at the back of the grid. Will Elian Bine have the speed down to turn 1? We will find out, as the Alfa Romeo Fabregas, I think, just spun off at turn 2. He's going to get back on track. All good there. But it looks like Elian Bine, he's got the slipstream, but he doesn't have enough speed to make the move on Hella High. But he's much more faster through turn 1 once again. And he's much more closer to Hella High this time around. We could see a nice little battle for P1 at turn 5. We will find out. So Electric Envy is going to have the DRS, same with Elian Bine. Actually, as Electric Envy gets a 3-second time penalty. So as it stands, Hella High will definitely start on pole position. Hella High defending this one. And they may have penalties, but I think they're not going to stop anytime soon. And they're going to just continue on the battle, because this is great to see, guys. I'm loving this right now. I want to say thank you to these 3 for giving us a nice little battle for P1 in today's sprint race. And like I said earlier on, we could see a very interesting official Grand Prix. We will find out how that all works out with the 33 laps. Elian Bine looking for that move. He's just looking for the move on Hella High. We will see how that all works out. The AlphaTauri keeps ahead of the Williams for now. Electric Envy right there in the Aston Martin. We are now on to the final lap of the sprint qualifying race here today. Guys, I hope you're enjoying this, because I'm having a great race here today. I'm just watching this. I mean, I love commentating on this action right here. It's incredible. Hella High has a gap. Now, he's most likely going to finish first in the Grand Prix due to the gap that he does have, but he's not going to give this up anytime soon. The real battle is really between Electric Envy and Elian Bine. Can Electric Envy get past second place of Elian Bine? Now, both have a penalty, and both will be battling for basically second place to start on the front row of the grid. Hella High defending this one with everything. Elian Bine is going to try and make a move. He's much more closer this time round. Hella High trying to defend the inside. Elian faking to the left, then goes to the right. Goes for the switchback maneuver as well. What a move that was. Oh, as Elian spins off, saves the car there, and gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, he just lost the car just a little bit there, and that is super unfortunate for Elian Bine. It looks to be starting third place for Elian Bine in today's race. He just lost the car a little bit there and lost it on the exit. That corner can be quite difficult to come onto the power. He just lost it. He saved it though. Got a 3-second time penalty, unfortunately, for spinning. One of those glitches, I do believe. The Electric Envy, now in second place, will start on the front row. But it is going to be Hella High round the final 2 corners here today at the sprint qualifying race. This race went by super fast of these 17 laps of the Portuguese Grand Prix sprint qualifying. What a sprint qualifying that truly was, as Hella High will cross the line to start on pole position for AlphaTauri. Great to see that. Electric Envy will come across the line in P2 with Elian Bine rounding off the top 3 for Williams. What an incredible race that truly was from our drivers here today at LSR. Great to see that, of course. And that is our grid for the official Grand Prix. And now we're just going to wait for these drivers to get into the lobby, get ready for that official race. And yeah, let's get this the next race on, because I mean, that racing was great in sprint qualifying format, and now I just can't wait for the Grand Prix itself. Okay, viewers, so we are back, and we're going to get this race underway. So what's going to happen right now is we're going to have like a 5-10 minute break for these drivers to get prepared. Meanwhile, the admins will be getting together the grid. And so what will happen is that they're going to do the grid and all that sort of thing. They're going to get everything underway, and this should be 5-10 minutes. So just give us a moment, and then we'll get this official Portuguese Grand Prix underway. Okay, so while we're in the loading screen, I guess we can talk about a few things. So first off, I want to say thank you to everyone that's joined so far. That was an amazing sprint qualifying race, the first one that we've actually had in LSR. So now we're going to be waiting for all the drivers. We're going to go back to the loading screen as we are now. We're going to have, I think, one more driver join during our qualifying session, so we should get 13 drivers in the race. The admins will be dealing with all the setting of the grid. That should take around 5 minutes or so. So give them some time, and yeah, we're gonna get this race underway. So guys, real quickly, send in your thoughts on that race. I hope you enjoyed that. Also, actually, give me your thoughts on the sprint qualifying. Did you guys enjoy that? What's your thoughts on all of that? This is the first time doing it, so I want to get all your feedback on that. What do you like, what do you dislike, all that sort of thing. So please send in everything as possible. Also, want to say, this is not the only race we will be doing. This is the Group 2 stream that we are doing here today on Saturday. Tomorrow, we'll also return to Portugal for the Group 1 race. I'll be racing in that, so please tell me good luck. I hope I get a good result, because I love this track. But just wanted to say real quickly that definitely tune into that. We should be having commentators for that one as well. So we'll be seeing some drivers come in for that. And then we're going to get the Group 1 race underway as well. So definitely go check out the Group 1 race as well. Also, a few other things I wanted to say. If you're interested in joining the league, we are looking for some racers. We are also looking for some commentators as well. Someone that can join with me here in the booth. Also, someone that can join in the Group 1. We are looking particularly for the Group 1 commentators, as we do need some for there as well. So definitely, if you're interested in commentating for the league, if you're interested in driving, or just being a part of the community as well. This is not just for racing. We actually have a lot of people in the league that are not even racing. They're just being there, and they're just chilling, you know, they're just talking about stuff, talking about racing, some other stuff, you know, it's just a big community. That's what we are trying to grow here. A huge announcement as well. We have also reached 100 members on the LSR Discord server. Woohoo! This is like incredible, guys. Since we started the Discord server back in 2020 of June, we're coming up on our second year of the league. I mean, once 2022 gets underway. So we've been building that, and now we've got to 100 members of the server. That's incredible. A big achievement. So just wanted to say that. What else can we say? Oh yeah, I guess this is kind of not really related to LSR itself, but also happy Halloween. We're in October, at the end of October, so all those that celebrate Halloween, happy Halloween, scary time, woohoo! All the spookiness of it. I'll probably post a post saying happy Halloween, but in terms of like racing, if there's any like Halloween events, I don't think there's going to be anything like that. Yeah, I just wanted to say happy Halloween to all of you. If you do have any questions for me about the league, or just about racing in general, maybe on upcoming races, predictions, all that sort of thing, please comment below if you're enjoying the stream. Like this one as well. Subscribe to the LSR YouTube channel to see more content on Group 1, Group 2, and just LSR content in general. Also follow us on Instagram, as well as you can see race updates and anything really to do on LSR, as we post pretty much daily on there. So go do all that. Also, if you're interested in seeing more of my commentary, I do have a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel as well, so you guys can go check that out. I do commentary pretty much every single day on YouTube and Twitch as well. So definitely go do that. I also do motorsport content on the Formula Jonah YouTube channel, so you guys can go check that out by subscribing there. Got a lot of new videos coming out, so definitely go do that. But it looks like we're ready to go for today's race. This is going to be an incredible one here today, guys. I can't wait for the Portuguese Grand Prix. It's round 2. I mean, guys, this has been an amazing season so far. We've built so much of this league up, and now it's really becoming alive. So just want to say thank you to all of you, and let's get the season underway. So we had round 1 at the Belgian Grand Prix. Amazing race that truly was. Now we come into Portugal, which will surely be an amazing race. I mean, of course, we had that sprint race, which was a great race as well, but this should be even better than that one. So definitely, guys, stay tuned for that. Grab a snack or something like that, and let's get ready for this race. We're gonna have our formation lap. I'll do the rundown of the grid, and then we're gonna get this race underway. It looks a little cloudy out there. We are running the dynamic weather, so could we see some rain in the Grand Prix? We will find out. By the way, we are also running 33 laps at the Portuguese Grand Prix. So the sprint qualifying was our short one, then our 17 laps, of course. That basically was our normal short qualifying format. Now we're going to head into the 33 laps of the Portuguese Grand Prix. We will see how it works out. Question is, who will lead us down into turn 1? Will it be Hella High? Possibly maybe even taking his first win in LSR. Could it be Electric Envy? Absolutely on fire throughout that session. Starts second in today's race. Could it be Elian Bine, who leads the championship with drivers and constructors for his team? Could he be taking the lead into turn 1? And if he doesn't, maybe taking the race win. We will see how that all works out. There's a few other drivers in that. Pretty much anyone is up for grabs for a race win. You know, anything can happen in today's race. We will find out, though, but 10 seconds until we get this formation lap underway, and we're going to get this race underway as well. Okay, so the formation lap is ready to go. A few drivers starting on the medium compound tires, a few drivers starting the softs, because they can choose whatever tire they choose. Hella High on the mediums, Elian Bine on the mediums, TT44 on the mediums as well. Rest are all on the softs. I'm curious to see what Electric Envy is going to do. He's on the soft compound tires. Could he get a better start than Hella High? Maybe lead down to turn 1. What about Zigdictus as well in that Alpine car starting 4th? The Alpine's looking really strong today. They could be getting a good result, possibly even taking 2nd in the constructors standings, because right now Williams are P1 in the standings. Let's actually quickly do that if you guys don't mind in today's race. But actually, no, we'll do that later on. I want to quickly do the rundown, and then we'll look at standings later on when we get the chance to. So let's do the rundown of the grid. Hella High won the sprint race, and we'll start on pole for AlphaTauri in today's race. Electric Envy starts second alongside Hella High on the front row of the grid. Elian Bine, who won the previous race in Belgium, starts third for Williams alongside Zigdictus in the Alpine on the soft compound tires. TT44 is the Mercedes driver today with the medium compound tires alongside Nicky Lauda. He's in an Alpine sandwich at the moment. We got Fabregas 115 and Lisi starting P7 and P8 for Alfa Romeo and McLaren. Peppa is in P9 for Ferrari alongside FinPro Gamer in the AlphaTauri sitting 10th. AlphaTauri could be scoring some good points today. Same with Alpine, as both could be trying to take home the points and maybe lead the constructors against Williams. And then we got Santo and Toby rounding off the grid for Aston Martin and Haas today. And those are the grid for the Group 2 race here in Portugal. So it's time to get the race underway here at the Algarve International Circuit in Portimao, Portugal for the Portuguese Grand Prix. This is LSR Round 2, and this is the stream of the Portuguese Grand Prix. Group 2, of course. I'm Formula Jonah, your commentator. Hope you guys are all going to enjoy this race. We're definitely in for a very exciting one. So the grid is ready. The formation lap is over, and we're ready to get this race underway. So the 5 red lights are out, and away we go here today in LSR. And it is Lights out, and away we go, and it looks like a pretty good start for the top two. It looks like a pretty good start for Ellie Bine and Zigdictus as well, but it looks like Electric Envy leads the Grand Prix for Aston Martin. He got a better start than Hella High. I think at the back, Santo and Niki Lauda might have made contact there. I think it was contact between the two there. Wonder if the stewards are going to have to look into that incident, but it's all good there. But Electric Envy leads us away with IRS Hella High in P2, Alien Bine in P3 now, Zigdictus TT44 are in P4 and P5, Peppa and FinPro move up into P6 and P7, so good start for those guys in the Ferrari and AlphaTauri there. But up at the front, it's a great start as we go down to the roller coaster track that this is. It's incredible to see. It's amazing racing on track. I think Peppa is very close to making a move on TT44. Zigdictus on Alien Bine. Now remember, Zigdictus is on these soft compound tires. He's going to be flying right now against those medium compound runners. Now, the Alpine could be getting good result here today. I think he's got a good shot at taking a podium or something like that, or maybe even a race victory. We will find out how that all works out. In terms of strategy as well, soft to medium is probably the best strategy for around here. You can take the softs to around 17 laps, but Electric Envy starts the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and Iris Hella High has got a 3/10 gap to the Aston Martin in P2. Alien Bine is under pressure from Zigdictus. Now, the medium compound runners are going to be a lot slower than the softs, as I did mention earlier on, so we'll probably see a nice battle there with the mediums ooh, that was FinPro Gamer going a little wide there. He's still within the gap to IRS Peppa. By the way, Fabregas and WRL Toby are in a nice little battle as well for 8th place in the Grand Prix. The Haas trying to go around the outside of the Alfa Romeo. Haas has not been in the season so far, but Toby is in today's race. Vacant is also his teammate at Haas. He's unable to make the race today, but Toby is able to make the race today, and he'll try and make a move on Fabregas as soon as possible. The Alfa Romeo keeps ahead of the Haas driver, so Toby will stay right behind, but I'm sure we'll see a nice battle there for 8th place. TT44 in the Mercedes car, getting very close to Zigdictus in the Alpine. The Alpine could be making a move here for P3 as well. The Mercedes as well could be in that. Predicted pit stop strategy powered by AWS says soft to medium or soft to hard strategy. That could be an option. Depends on your tire wear, of course. I recommend that the soft to medium is the best strategy. But look at IRS Hella High, now within a 10th to the Aston Martin car. He's set the fastest lap of the race. Hella High is absolutely flying here today in Portimao. Electric Envy, all he has to do is keep him behind, but that's going to be very difficult because we know how quick Hella High can be. Let's see if the AlphaTauri can try and make a move on the Aston Martin. No DRS has been enabled quite yet. Actually, no, it has. I'm mistaken. I'm sorry. I totally mistake that. But the DRS is now enabled. We will now get DRS from now on, unless, of course, there's going to be some safety cars or some rain or something like that. But IRS Hella High, you're probably wondering, where is the best place to make an overtake for this AlphaTauri driver? Now, he is on the medium compound tires, and like I said many different times, the mediums are not going to be fast at this point in the Grand Prix. They may be quick, but they're not fast. As fast as the soft compound. As Electric Envy goes a little bit wide there, might be getting a warning as someone that just got a penalty was FinPro Gamer in the second AlphaTauri, sitting in P7 as it stands. But up at the front, Hella High still right behind Electric Envy. He's keeping up with the soft compound runner in P1 as it stands. Electric Envy leading the Portuguese Grand Prix by just 0.4 of a second. DRS is now enabled as Niki Lauda gets a 10-second time penalty for spinning off there, I think. That's unfortunate to see. That might get removed. I hope that will get removed because he's got to finish high in this Grand Prix. Hella High gets up into P1. He has made the move on Electric Envy, and very cleanly, of course, with the DRS, and he just really soared past that Aston Martin. But Electric Envy is going to have the slipstream down to turn 5. Let's see if that Aston Martin can try and get ahead. He's got the DRS. He's closing. I don't think he's going to go for a send. No, he does not. He backs off of that when he knows that he cannot make a send onto the AlphaTauri as Niki Lauda comes into the pit lane. Actually, has he spun off? Yes, he has spun off at the exit of the pit lane. What happened to Niki Lauda? He's coming into the pit lane, most likely will pit for a new tires, most likely for the medium tires in today's race. Of course, there's no need to give up, of course, because we will definitely have, we'll most likely have a safety car. I'm assuming we probably will, or some sort of VSC or something like that that will bring him back into the Grand Prix. So we'll definitely be seeing him later on in this race. Electric Envy is now under pressure from Ellie and Bine. We're having those memories, I gotta say, from the sprint race. I mean, this is exactly what happened in the sprint race. Hella High, Electric Envy, and Elian all battling for position. And gotta say, guys, I was reading through the Discord chat, and these guys were absolutely just talking with each other, just saying what a great battle that truly was. And they're gonna continue it out here today. They're gonna want to have continue the fun, of course, here today. Elian Bine right behind Electric Envy, cannot get past though. Those softs really working out for Electric Envy as it stands. Now the clouds are coming in. You can see that. As, yeah, I think that might affect tire wear just a little bit. That might allow for some drivers to not have a lot of tire wear in today's race. We will find out how that all works out. By the way, FinPro and Peppa, they're looking to go side by side as well. The AlphaTauri's got the DRS on the Ferrari now. This is the battle for P6 in the race. The AlphaTauri backs off, and the 97 car, oh, as Peppa goes very wide there. He does come back on track, though. That could be a penalty for the Ferrari driver, but it would look like he just outbraked himself. But the Ferrari does get ahead. Oh, he just loses the car a little bit on the curb there. Thank goodness he kept the car in order there, so the Ferrari keeps ahead of the AlphaTauri for now. Oh, there goes Peppa off the track and out of the Grand Prix. That is Peppa off the track. He has lost the car. That could be a safety car, as that is a full course safety car that has been brought out. That's going to change the running order today, but Peppa is out of the Grand Prix. He lost it at the exit. I think that's turn 11, I want to say. Turn 12. That is turn 12. No, I'm mistaken. That is turn 9. That is turn 9. I'm getting this all mixed up because these corners look they look very similar from other parts of the track, but Peppa is out of the Grand Prix. This has really opened the doors up for a lot of drivers to pit. This has actually helped out Niki Lauda a lot. Same with Lizzie as well. Both drivers are going to be able to get up there. I hope Niki Lauda will be able to get ahead of the safety car. Yeah, he should be able to. So he's going to come out ahead of the safety car. All good there. So he'll be able to catch a pack. That's great for Niki Lauda. He'll get back into the race, of course. But everyone is pitting. Pretty much everyone is pitting. TT44 goes for the hard compound tires. Pretty much everyone else is onto the mediums. What's very surprising as well is that Ellie and Bine and Hella High stay out. Now, this is for track position as well. But also, their tires are good. They're pretty much good. So Electric Envy is now going to be the one chasing after these guys because he's going to be on the fresher tires. Now, I'm curious to see what TT44's strategy is going to be. Will he be able to make those hards last for a long way? It's most likely possible. I mean, he's got the chance to, a very quick driver, as we do know, and he's got a really good shot at taking a good result here today. So we'll see how that all works out, and hopefully those hards do work out for the Mercedes driver. Keep an eye on Tobias as well. So Toby in the Haas is on the soft compound tires. Now, Niki Lauda is also on the hard compound tires. Now, he's going to be going for the same strategy that TT is going. Toby is on the softs, and he's going to be flying through the field. This is going to be great to see. We're going to see a nice little action here between those drivers. So we'll see how that all works out, but Peppa is the first retirement of the Portuguese Grand Prix. We're 6 laps in to this race. We've already had some amazing action on track. We've had drivers switch it back and forth, and just positions changing all the way round. It's incredible to see this action on track. I think these three will be battling for position once again. We'll see a titanic, historic battle in LSR. I think a lot of people will be talking about this battle, the three-way fight for the win here today in Portimao. Also, keep an eye on the rest of the field as well. Zedictus in the Alpine right behind. He could be going and joining this three-way fight, which will become a four-way fight for this as well. And keep an eye on TT as well. He could be going for this one as well. Of course, he's on the hard compound tires. He's going to lose a little bit of speed compared to the mediums, but he's going to come into pace a little bit later on. Once those hards warm up, I'd say around like 7 laps on the hards, you should be good after that. But the pace doesn't really come there until like 10 laps on the hards. And particularly here, the hards don't really work as well for the first couple of laps, mostly the first 5 laps, then you should be good. As we come into that beautiful camera shot of the turn 5 hairpin, I want to say. It's almost like a hairpin. I guess it is a hairpin. So that's great to see as well. But while we're at this moment in time, let's talk about where we are. We're in Portimao, Portugal. Portimao is the second largest port in the region. Portimao is also known for its breathtaking beaches. I would love to visit here. It sounds like a great place, of course. I love beaches. As someone that lives near to the ocean, I love the ocean and the beaches, so would love to visit here sometime. In terms of racing, the first winner of the Portuguese Grand Prix was back in 1984. That was Alain Prost. He raced for McLaren back in the 84 season. The most wins for any driver around here is Nigel Mansell and Alain Prost as well, with 3 to their name. For constructors, we got 6 with Williams. Now, F1 didn't return here until 2020, and they've raced here in 2020 and 2021. Unfortunately, I don't believe they'll be racing in 2022 unless something gets canceled or they're added in. I'd love to see this track in 2022 because it's incredible. It really is. But the safety car is in this lap. Where will Helihai go? Now, you're probably wondering, where can he go? Well, I'll answer that question when he goes right here, because this is the point really to go. And there you go, he just went exactly where I predicted him to go. So great to see that. It looks like the top 2 got away well. Electric Envy didn't get the best to start, but look at this, we're having almost a 3-way fight for P3. Zedictus trying to go down the inside on Electric Envy. TT right there as well. Santo and FinPro Gamer as well in that battle. Oh, that is Toby and Lazy. Contact between the two there. We saw the onboard of the Haas spinning around there. He's gonna, he spins around again. He's going to lose a little bit of time to the McLaren, and unfortunately, Niki Lauda has got damage to his car. Something happened to the Alpine. He's really far back. He may be able to come back into this race, though, if another safety car does come out. But Helihai leads us away from Ellie and Bine. Electric Envy now in P3. Zedictus in P4. The top 6 really stay the same. Santo back in this race as well after some contact. I think it was with the McLaren of Lisi, if I'm not mistaken. Fabregas right there as well. The top 8 just separated by just a few seconds there. That's great to see. A nice little battle for, or a nice big battle actually, for the top positions here today. We'll see how this all works out. But TT44 in the Mercedes is right behind Zedictus. Those hards working out for him, but I gotta say, the battle's really between Ellie and Bine and Electric Envy. Helihai starting to get the gap to the Williams driver, almost a second now, separating the top 2 in today's race. Electric Envy and the Aston Martin is getting very close to the Williams, and possibly might have the opportunity to make a move into possibly turn 1 or turn 5 or something like that. We will see. Oh, that is Lazy that has just spun off there. The McLaren has got wing damage as well. He's going to come back into the pit lane there. And I think Toby will just about get ahead of the McLaren here, and he'll move up into P9. These 3 will be most likely wanting a safety car in today's race, and hopefully they'll get it, but we'll see how it all works out in today's race. We still have a long way to go in the Portuguese Grand Prix. Like I said many times before, if you guys have any questions about maybe any... Oh, that is Lazy out of the session. He's retired in the pit lane. He feels that there's too much damage, or maybe he just doesn't feel like continuing, but Lazy's out of the Grand Prix. We hope to see him in the next one in Mexico, which should be a great race as well, guys. The Mexican Grand Prix. And the great thing about the Mexican Grand Prix is that it's actually going to be happening the same time that the real-life Mexican Grand Prix will be happening. So while you guys watch it on the TV, in real life, you also will be playing it here today or next week, of course, in Mexico. By the way, you're probably wondering why we're doing it next week, because usually in LSR, we usually do like a 2 weeks thing. We do it like every other week. The reason why is because this race actually got postponed because the USA Grand Prix was happening, and that was kind of how that worked out. No need to really go into it a little bit more, but this is this. Next week, we'll have the Mexican Grand Prix, and then we'll have a break, and then another week, we'll have Imola, which should be a great race as well. The 2 new tracks, Portimao and Imola, are on the calendar, with Imola returning, of course, to the normal short qualifying and 50% race. Same with Mexico and the races to come, of course. But this one, of course, had the sprint qualifying, and that was, of course, great to see. We will see the next sprint qualifying in Bahrain, which will be round 5 of the championship race. So Helihai leads by 1.5 seconds. Elian Bine now P2. Electric Envy 5/10 behind the Williams driver. He is getting very close, though, to the Williams of Elian. So Elian could be under pressure from the Aston Martin, maybe coming down into turn 1. He's going to have DRS, the Aston Martin driver will. So we will see how that all works out. Zigdictus in the Alpine right there as well. So we could see a nice little battle for P2 between 3 different drivers today, as Hella High has that massive lead over Alien Bayern. We will see if Alien Bayern can close that gap down, but he's going to be under pressure from Electric Envy, who's absolutely flying on these medium compound tires. He's much faster than Alien Bayern with these tires, of course. So that's to be expected. But he's got the DRS. Is he going to try and make a move on Alien? He's got the slipstream. He's gaining a lot of time on that Williams. Looks to the inside line, but does not make the overtake on the Williams just yet. So now the only opportunity on this particular lap will be at turn 5, unless he can try and go around the outside of another corner. We'll just have to see how that all works out. But here comes the Aston Martin on Elien. Can he try and make a move down into turn 5? No, not quite yet. He does not make the move. Not enough speed into that section. Zigdictus right there as well. We have a nice battle as Fabregas is the first driver, I think, to get a 3-second time penalty. No, Saken, FinPro Gamer also has a penalty as well. But Fabregas just got a penalty for exceeding track limits. Oh, that is Alien Bayern and Electric Envy, and I think Zigdictus as well, that made contact. I think Zigdictus lost it on himself. But Alien Bayern and Electric Envy, did they make contact there, or was that Alien Bayern spinning off? I think he might have just lost the car a little bit there. Turn 8 can be very difficult to manage, you know, because that corner is, I think that corner is probably the most difficult corner to manage when it comes to traction. So that's probably what happened there. I didn't get a full glimpse of it, but it looked like Alien Bayern just lost the car a little bit. Did Electric Envy get damage? No, I don't think so. I don't think he got damaged, but Alien Bayern is now down to P3. The Alpine of Zigdictus is now going to be right behind that Williams as we come down the pit straight now, as the Alpine going to try and make a move. He's gaining a lot of time on Alien, but cannot get past. Meanwhile, in the back there, you can see TT just right there. As Alien Bayern gets a 3-second time penalty, that's going to affect his end result in today's race. Okay, so Hella High leads us away by 1.6 seconds. You can see the AlphaTauri just up there, and then a further 1.3 seconds behind, or 1.4 seconds behind Hella High is Electric Envy. Then right behind, another 1.4 second gap is Alien Bayern, and right behind him is Zigdictus in the Alpine. Let's see if that Alpine can try and get past Alien Bayern, and this is a great opportunity to take a look at the championship standings. So Alien Bayern leads us away by Electric Envy. As it stands, Electric Envy will lead the championship coming into the next round at Mexico if the results stay the same. Worry Cloud, who wasn't able to make today's race, is in P3. In terms of Constructors' Championship, Williams lead us away by 35 points. I think Williams will still continue their lead over Aston Martin and the rest of the field, but I think with the points right now, AlphaTauri will jump up into second place in the championship. Maybe even first. I have to take a look at all the stuff, but those points by Williams last time out. Alien Bayern grabbed P1, Luke 2 Red grabbed P5. There was a great partnership right there as the Williams team really performed their best at Belgium and got that win and got a podium they got a podium, a win, and pole position, and a top 5 for both cars. So a really good performance by the two Williams last time out in Belgium. Today, AlphaTauri have the upper hand over all the teams today. We will see how that all works out. Aston Martin should be getting good points today. Santo right now is reserving for the Aston Martin because Chaz is actually in the Aston Martin, but Santo is reserving, but most likely Santo will be grabbing a full-time seat in the league. Probably in the next race, we'll see where he's going to be in the league. So we will find that out later on. I think the closest battle we have is Zigdictus versus Alien Bayern. Zigdictus goes a little bit wide off the exit of turn 10. He's all good, though. He maintains his pace and maintains the gap to Alien Bayern as well. We are now on lap 13. Just 20 laps remain of the Portuguese Grand Prix. We had an amazing sprint race that we had, and now we're looking to have an amazing end to the Grand Prix here today in Portimao. There's still a lot of stuff to happen in today's race. I think the closest battle we're really seeing on track is Electric Envy versus Hella High. Now that Electric Envy's been freed from Alien Bayern up front, because Electric Envy was trying to challenge Elliot Bine into certain corners, of course, and trying to get ahead. Now that he's got ahead of the Williams driver, he's now chasing after Hella High. Now, they are on different tire wear right now. Electric Envy is on 7-lap-old medium compound tires. Hella High is on 13-lap-old medium compound tires. That's very interesting. Oh, is that the Alpine of Zigdictus that has just spun off, I think, at turn 4. That's another traction zone right there. It looks like he has spun off. He's lost a lot of time to his rivals. He's going to be exiting in P7. Will join the battle for P5. That FinPro Gamer now is in P5, of course. Santo in P6 now. Zigdictus now moves down to P7. So the Alpine driver will be in P7. He hasn't lost any wing damage, if I'm not mistaken. We will take a look at that. No, he has not lost any wing damage, so that is good for the Alpine. Up at the front, Electric Envy's closed the gap now to 0.8 of a second to Hella High. So the Aston Martin is now closing a lot on Hella High, but I think Hella High is just keeping ahead of the DRS range. Unless actually Electric Envy might get this. Let's see. As we'll see the rear wing open. Yes, he actually did get DRS by just 0.1 of a second to Hella High. Wow, that's incredible. And that's going to bring him almost 0.2 to the AlphaTauri driver. Yep, there you go, 0.2. He's now 0.7 to the AlphaTauri driver. Might be even 6. Yes, it is 6. And he might gain even more time as the Aston Martin gaining a lot of time on the AlphaTauri. We could see a nice battle for P1 in this race. It's going to be great to see how this works out. So 15 laps into the Grand Prix, you're probably wondering, when do Hella High's tires and Elliot Bine's tires start to degrade to the point where they're going to have to pit? Well, it's probably going to be around lap 26, 7, probably around there. You got to think that the mediums are technically the hard compound tires. Mediums are going to be coming into puncture zone around 26 laps into the Grand Prix. We will find out how that all works out later on, but mostly it's going to be around there. So we will see. But that is the Alpine of Niki Lauda that has just spun off there. So GTSV, Niki Lauda in the Alpine has just spun off there. He's in the middle of the grass there. He's going to come out right behind the rest of the pack there, the top 4s. Oh, there's the Mercedes going there as well. So Niki Lauda will find a gap to come out on track and be in that position. So it's been a great race so far. AlphaTauri are looking really strong. It's Elliot Bine comes into the pit lane. Wow, okay, that's quite early. To be honest, I was expecting him to come in a lot later, but he's chosen to pit this lap. That is very interesting, as that is Zigdictus, I think, or no, that's Niki Lauda that has spun off there. What happened to Zigdictus' teammate? He has spun off. Now, where is Elliot Bine going to come out? He's going to come out right behind Zigdictus in P7 on the hard compound tires. He's going for the hards. But now that's to be expected because the other tire would be the softs, and he probably doesn't want to go for that one. Elliot Bine will just come out ahead of Fabregas, who's in P8. Unfortunately, to see Niki Lauda spinning off there. I think he must have lost the car. This track is very difficult, guys, because of the traction. The traction zones are very difficult to manage. So it's a very difficult track to manage, you know. So but of course, the racing is incredible. This is I think this might be my favorite track on the game in terms of, actually, I don't know. It's either this track, Imola, or Spa. I love these 3 tracks. And we've actually just had Spa, and we have Imola coming up as well. So you can kind of guess who maybe made the calendar. But anyway, up at the front, FinPro Gamer now in P4. That's because Elliot Bine did pit. He's going to be in P7. He's got a 2.3 second gap to Fabregas as Hella High comes into the pit lane. Electric Envy now leads the Grand Prix. TT44 now is going to be in second place of the Grand Prix. Now, the question is, where is Hella High going to come out? I think he's going to come out right behind Zigdictus, or maybe just ahead. We will find out. That Alpine, though, is right in the back of Santos, so we're going to see a nice battle for P5. Hella High could join that battle as well. FinPro Gamer is now going to get up into P3 as Hella High will exit the pit lane with a nice battle for P4. There goes Zigdictus down the inside on Santo, and that was a good move by the Alpine. Is Santo going to come back at this one? No, he does not. So Santo in the Aston Martin will stay behind the Alpine. Hella High comes out in P6, a 2.7 second gap to Santo. Elliot Bine has now closed the gap to 1.2 seconds. Now, this is quite interesting as Elliot Bine goes purple in the first sector, going fastest overall. Great to see that, as that is Toby that has spun off at turn 2. Another traction zone. If you go too wide, you can lose the car a little bit, so that can be difficult to manage, of course. Toby's actually AI at this point. I wonder if he maybe is having tire issues. Those softs are not the best of tires, of course, around this point in the Grand Prix. But that, of course, is how... Oh, that is Fabregas. That is spun off there at turn 8. Another traction zone as you go up the hill and over the hill. Fabregas spun off there. He's going to be still in P8, and we'll be grabbing some decent points for Alfa Romeo in today's race. Alfa Romeo have, I think, 1 point to their name in the constructors standing. So right now, they will grab a few more points with Fabregas. So that'll be great to see, of course. Vincensky wasn't able to make today's race. The Fabregas' teammate, of course, in today's race. As Elian Bynes is the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We're having a nice battle for P3 because FinPro Gamer's out in front of this pack. And then we got Zigdictus, Santo, Helihai, and Elian Bynes. As Zigdictus gets a 3-second time penalty for going too wide at turn 3 or possibly turn 4. I couldn't see exactly where he got that. But the AlphaTauri of Helihai trying maybe to make a move on the Aston Martin. Now, the thing is that Helihai has got to be worried about Elian Bynes. Because Elian Bynes is purple in the first sector again. Elian Bynes absolutely flying as Toby gets a 3-second time penalty. So Helihai's got to make this move fast on Santo. Now he is on a different strategy than Santo. So we'll see how this all works out. Could we see a 3-wide moment at turn 1? I wouldn't recommend it, of course. But we could see that. So Helihai right behind Santo. Santo keeps ahead of the AlphaTauri for now. Elian Bynes right behind the AlphaTauri as well. Now, Santo is keeping ahead of that AlphaTauri as much as possible, but I think Helihai should get ahead in this DRS zone. Let's find out. As Santo trying to defend, but Helihai has the straight line speed of the AlphaTauri. He's got the grip as well. Look at Elian Bynes just slingshotting past Santo and might be able to make a move on Helihai. Santo's going to be down to P7, but Elian Bynes is right on the back of the AlphaTauri. This is getting really interesting here as Elian Bynes is trying to make the move on the AlphaTauri as soon as possible. Helihai is going to have Zigdictus right ahead as well. Same with Elian Bynes. These two, this is great to see, guys. I'm loving this right now. I mean, these two they've been leading the Grand Prix. And now they're having to fight their way through the field to still lead the Grand Prix. This is incredible, guys. I love this action right here. And this is exactly what we want to see from LSR. And these guys are just absolutely flying right now. This is great to see. Great race we're actually seeing right here. As Nicky Lauda gets a 3-second time penalty. As Fabregas also spins off at turn 4. Another traction zone that you have to be careful of. It's a very difficult one to manage. He's going to get back on track, though, so all good there. But we have to keep an eye on this battle here as Fabregas gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. What happened there with the Alfa Romeo driver? I think it's another one of those glitches where you get those 10-second time penalties if you spin off or something like that. It's this track, guys. This track does it. Same thing with other tracks, but those drivers that get those 10-second time penalties, they will definitely get that removed. So that'll be helpful, of course, because, of course, it's not their fault at all. But look at this battle. We're seeing a 4-way fight for P3 in the Grand Prix as it stands. Helihai right on the back of Zigdictus. Zigdictus in the Alpine is right behind the AlphaTauri, but here comes Helihai down the inside. Here comes Elian Bynes as well. Both move up into P4. Zigdictus made the mistake, and both move up into P4 and P5. That's not what Helihai needed, because Elian Bynes is now going to be right on the back of Helihai. I'm sure Helihai would have wanted Elian Bynes to keep behind Zigdictus, but Elian Bynes was just, he saw the gap, and he went for it, and it worked out for him. That's great to see. Helihai is going to be right in the back of FinPro Gamer, who makes a mistake into turn 8. And I think Helihai will just about get ahead. FinPro Gamer will just about get ahead of Elian Bynes. Maybe teamwork going on here between the two AlphaTauris. Helihai will get ahead of FinPro Gamer as FinPro goes a little bit wide. He's got worn tires here compared to Elian Bynes. Elian might have the opportunity to maybe send it. No, he does not. He's going to have the opportunity, of course, with the DRS into turn 1. But this has allowed Helihai to now get the gap. And with Helihai and FinPro Gamer, this is really, FinPro Gamer kind of holding up Elian Bynes here, is helping out Helihai to get ahead. So teamwork maybe going on here, I don't know. But Elian is going to have the opportunity. FinPro trying to defend the line here. Elian just about gets ahead. Ooh, it's great racing here. FinPro trying to continue the battle on, but Elian's just got a lot more speed through turn 1 and eventually does get ahead. Great battle we're seeing on there. FinPro, I think, struggling a little bit with tire wear there. As I think same thing with Zedictus and Santo. All three are in this battle for P4 as it stands. Actually, P5 as it stands, but they will move up into P4. Also, keep an eye on TT44. Now, he is on the hard compound tires. Could be going for not just the podium, but the race victory here today. He's got a 7.8 second gap to the Aston Martin of Electric Envy. Electric Envy most likely is going to come out ahead of TT44. So this could be Electric Envy's first win. It could be TT44's first win, and it could be Hella High's first win. Elliot Bine would be grabbing his second win if he grabbed the win here today. But we will find out. When will Electric Envy pit? That's a good question. I think he will probably pit around lap... I'd say once he gets to around 22 laps in his tires. So that will be around lap 29 or so. That's probably how that's going to work out. As Zedictus gets a 3-second time penalty for, I think, going wide out of corner or so. Couldn't tell exactly. So Zedictus in the Alpine just came in for the set of soft compound tires. The Alpine choosing to go for the softs now. Now that is a very good strategy for the Alpine driver. This could really work out for him. Wait a second. I just realized something. I said Electric Envy was going to go into the pits around lap 30. Why would he go into the pit lane? He's got 3 laps left of the Grand Prix. Is he going to the end? He could be. He actually could be going to the end of the race. But, I mean, if he pits now... he comes out on the softs, that could work out for him as well. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out, but he is really leading this one away. TT44, oh, that is Fabregas out of the race. He's going to retire from the session. He retires in the pit lane, so the Alfa Romeo comes into the pit lane and retires from the session. I think that was deliberate, of course, so Toby will move up into P8, Niki Lauda will move up into P9, so Fabregas becomes the 3rd retirement of the Grand Prix here today. And we are now with 10 laps remaining of the Portuguese Grand Prix here in Group 2 as Santo comes into the pit lane for the soft compound tires. Now, this is going to be really interesting, guys. Will Zedictus get ahead of Santo? I think Santo will just about get ahead of the Alpine, but this could be different. Santo now exits the pit lane. I think he's just going to get ahead of the Alpine. Where is Zedictus? He's coming through. Oh, yeah, Santo will definitely get ahead of the Alpine. I thought he was the second second Alpine dot, but that is Niki Lauda in the second Alpine. So Santo will definitely get ahead of the Alpine for now. On the soft compound tires, he's going to start chasing after FinPro Gamer. And that could work out for him as well. We will find out. But Electric Envy leads us away by 8.4 seconds to TT44. He could be grabbing his first podium as well. Actually, Electric Envy's already grabbed a podium. So TT44 and Hella High will be grabbing their first podium in this season, if I'm not mistaken. Elian Bayan could be grabbing a podium as well, though. He is 1.6 seconds behind Hella High. So this could work out for Elian Bayan as well. As Fabregas leaves the session... I think he was too far back. Maybe he thought that he just couldn't continue on with this particular race. But hopefully we'll see him at the next one in Portimao. Or sorry, in Mexico. For some reason I thought Portimao was next. I have no idea why. Okay, so what can we talk about? Well, I think we can talk about the next race in Group 1 as well. That should be great as well. As we had a great race here in Portimao, we should get a great race in Portimao tomorrow as well. I'll be driving in that one with our Group 1 drivers as well. That's going to be the fastest tier in LSR. We have our Group 2, and then we have our Group 1. Group 1 is our fastest tier of drivers. Group 2, we got some incredible drivers as well, and of course, they are all quick as well. But yeah, I mean, like, just join us for the Group 1 session if you guys can. Either if you want to drive as well. If you guys want to drive, let us know. If you want to commentate on that, that'd be appreciated as well. I do believe we have a commentator for that one, so we should be able to get comms for that, but I'm sure they're going to need a second commentator in the booth. So if you guys would like to commentate on that one, let us know in the comments section below. Also, we can talk about the next couple races in LSR. We got Mexico next time out, a track that everyone does know. It's the Mexico City circuit, the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez circuit, I do believe that it is. It's a great circuit, of course. Definitely excited to be going there. I haven't raced at Mexico, actually, before in this game, but I'm really excited to be trying it out, guys, and I think a lot of drivers will be doing it because, to be honest, I feel like that track is not on a lot of league calendars, but I was excited to get it in to the calendar for this season. So yeah, it's gonna be incredible to watch. You know, that'll be fun. I'll be commentating that one. I should have a co-commentator as well, so that'll be great to introduce them, so we'll see how that all works out. But we just have a few laps remaining of the Portuguese Grand Prix. Let's savor all these moments, and then we'll end off the stream here today in Portimao. Can Electric Envy keep his lead off of TT44? Can Hella High start maybe gaining a lot of time on TT44? I don't know. He's 14 seconds behind, and he's got Elian Bine right behind. That's our closest battle on track as it stands. Also, we have a nice battle for 5th. I think Santo's going to start chasing after Finn Pro Gamer. Zigdictus right there as well, 1.8 seconds separating Santo and the Alpine. So the Alpine and the Aston Martin will be battling for position. Toby in P8 as well in that Haas. Going to be getting some points for the Haas team, as well as Nicky Lauda, who will be finishing in P9. Every point does count. And then our 3 retirements, Fabregas, Lizzie, and Peppa will be hopefully joining us at the next one in Mexico. Yeah, we'll see them there, as well as the rest of the drivers as well. So that'll be great to see as well. Actually, something I do want to talk about is a few things that has been announced. I'm happy to also announce that we have a new partnership with CCR League. So excited to be working with them. We're going to be doing hopefully some new events, helping them out, vice versa as well. They'll be helping us out and all that sort of thing. So just wanted to let you all know about that. Hopefully we'll be doing some events in the future. I have a lot of special things planned, of course. We have our annual Le Mans 24-hour, well, it's not the 24-hour, but it's our Le Mans 2-hour race. It could be 3 hours. We don't know about that. That will be talked about later on, probably next year, because that will be in April, as we do have the Le Mans race in April. We've had, this year we had our first Le Mans race for the 2 groups that we had I think that was in April, I do believe, and we'll hopefully be doing that on the new GT7 game, the Gran Turismo 7, in April, but all that will be coming later on. I'm hoping to do some racing on GT7 in LSR, so that'll be coming as well. Excited to be doing all that. There's a lot of stuff coming, guys, that we will announce later on, but for now, we have our 2 groups in LSR, we're just looking to expand. That's really what's going on here. I think we got Zigdictus and Santo battling for position here. Let's see if that Alpine can try and get ahead of Santo here in Portimao. Santo, Zigdictus is really flying on that Aston Martin. Let's see if that Alpine can get ahead. Santo trying to use all the ERS. Let's get telemetry on here so we can see. Santo's got a lot more ERS than Zigdictus, but they're going to try and go side by side. No, Zigdictus backs off there. He actually decided to back off and not go side by side with Santo into turn 1. He's going to get in a lot more ERS, though, so that's good as well. He's going to have the opportunity possibly into turn 5. He gets a penalty for going wide there. I think a few drivers are getting penalties. This track, we were kind of debating, like I said many times, we were kind of debating if it's going to be strict or regular. We decided on strict just for this one. Of course, we could change it for the next one as well. We will find out how that all works out. But for the Group 1 and Group 2 race, we will have strict for that. By the way, I wonder if Electric Envy's tires are going to start getting into the puncture territory. They could be. That could open the door for TT44 to possibly make a move on Electric Envy and take the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix. We will find out. But Aston Martin are looking for a strong result here today. Electric Envy could be grabbing his first win in LSR. Wouldn't that be incredible? The admin of Group 2 as well. He's an admin, as well as Sir Vapor, who wasn't able to make the official race here today. But I gotta say, just thank you to Electric Envy and Sir Vapor as well for doing a great job of getting all the grid all sorted here today, as they do for every week. You guys are incredible as always. Keep up the great work. But right now, Electric Envy looking for a win. Let's see how this works out for him. Can he win the Portuguese Grand Prix? We will find out. TT44 in that Mercedes in P2, right behind Electric Envy, 8.9 seconds. Can he start closing the gap? We will find out. Alien Bind and Hella High, they're still having a nice battle as well. Will that continue on to where Alien Bind gets ahead of Hella High and then stays ahead? We will find out. Okay, so we also have a nice battle for P6 in the Grand Prix. Zagdictus and Santos still battling for position. This is great to see that. As Alien Bions, it's the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. This guy's on 12-lap-old hard compound tires, and he just set the fastest lap of the race. Wow. I mean, that's incredible. Alien Biden's got a huge shot at winning this championship as well as a few other drivers in this league. We've got some incredible racers in Group 2 that are just proving that they have the speed, they have the pace, they have the opportunity to make a challenge in today's race, and of course this championship as well. But Alien Biden sets the fastest lap on 12-up-old hard tires. He's absolutely flying. Now, that's the thing too, guys, is that while you're on the hard tires around this time, whether on lap 11 or lap 12 or something like that, they are actually like ultra soft tires. They're like the 2018 ultra soft tires. Really, they are. The hards are pretty incredible at this point. It's not impossible that Alien Bind was able to grab that on 12-up-old hards. I think it'd be a little bit more like wow if he set that fastest lap on 23-lap-old hards, kind of like Lewis Hamilton style, where he's able to pull out some amazing speed in the final few laps of a race on like 23-lap-old hard compound tires and set the fastest lap of the race. It's incredible. But here comes Alien Bind. He's got the opportunity to make a move on Hella High. They're going to try and go side by side down into turn 1. Ooh, Alien Bind looking for the move on the AlphaTauri of Hella High. He wants to get ahead of Hella High as well. So let's see how this works out, because Alien Bind is going for a podium here today. They're both battling for the podium. If Alien Bind gets ahead of Hella High, gets that 3-second gap, then he will grab a second podium in LSR. We will find out how that works out, though. The Williams right behind the AlphaTauri as they come down into turn 5. This battle will continue on. By the way, TT44 got a 3-second time penalty. It shouldn't affect the end result as we head into lap 31. Just 3 laps remain for Electric Envy in today's race. It's going to be celebrations all around in the Group 2 chat for Electric Envy. I think he'll be much celebrating this Portuguese Grand Prix win. He really did do a good job on the strategy here today, as well as TT44. These two really did a great job. I mean, Electric Envy pit very early on in the race when the safety car was called out for the first time, and he pit on to the set of medium compound tires. This has really worked out for him. It's really been great to see. TT44 on a great strategy by him today, and the biggest thing for him is that he was able to make sure that he kept the gap. That is something that you don't see very often in racing, where you're able to keep the gap. So really, really well done to TT44, and he's going to be most likely finished in second place as Alien Bind loses the car a little bit there. Oh, that was very close to a spin or a contact or a DNF or something like that for Alien Bind there. Thankfully, it's all good, though. He didn't lose any time, just maybe a little bit of a scare there for the Williams driver. Hella High keeps ahead, though, of the Williams for now. Now, it looks like Alien has got the space and the speed, actually. He doesn't have the gap to Hella High that probably he wanted. Of course, he has to get ahead and then get that 3-second gap. I don't think he's going to be able to. So right now, Hella High is just chilling right now and maybe going for maybe just battling away with Alien Bind. I mean, these two have had some great battles. I know they really like battling with each other, of course. They've had some great racing, of course, wheel-to-wheel action in the first 2 races of LSR, and hopefully that will continue throughout the season as well, and maybe it will go down to the championship as well. Alien Bind and Hella High just separated by 5/10 now, and every point does count. But will Hella High keep ahead of Alien Bind? Will Alien Bind be able to overtake Hella High and get up into 3rd place and then get that 3-second gap? It's a lot to ask, but it is definitely possible. Here comes the Williams on Hella High. He's going to try and make a move. Down into turn 1 we go. They're side by side. Oh, a little bit of contact between the two there. There was contact, not enough room to go side by side at that section. Alien Bind tried it. Did he get damaged? It doesn't look like it. And they continue on, though. Alien Bind will be down to 1.2 seconds, though. He tried it, but it just didn't work out. A little bit of contact between the two there, but that's the way it goes. Sometimes there's, you gotta take risks sometimes. I mean, I'm gonna quote Ayrton Senna, of course, if you don't go for a gap, you're not a racing driver. That's the quote by Senna. Elian Bine tried to go for a gap. It didn't really work out for him at the end, of course, but that's okay. You know, I mean, like these things happen. No harm done between the two of them, so all good there. So, oh no, wait a second. This is a problem. Electric Envy has got no fuel. Electric Envy's got no fuel. This is difficult. Oh, same with TT44. TT44 has got no fuel. Both have no fuel. This is critical at the end of the race. I didn't think this was going to be coming into play here. Oh wait, do they have? Oh no, TT44's got a puncture. TT44 has got a puncture on the final laps of the Grand Prix. He has got a puncture. That is extremely unfortunate for the Mercedes driver here today. All he has to do is keep it going, but that is major for the Mercedes driver there, as this is onto the final lap of the Grand Prix. What chaos for the Mercedes driver. All he has to do is keep ahead, and he will finish in P2. But my goodness, guys, this is crazy. He's on to the final lap of the race. He just has to make sure that he keeps it going. He's going super wide through. Oh, and he gets a 3-second time penalty as well. Oh, this is super unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. He's just got a few corners to go, but I think we'll ride on board with Electric Envy. He's going to do it, guys. He's going to do it. He took a podium last time out in Belgium, and today it's even more for the Aston Martin driver here today. That strategy worked out for Electric Envy. He's coming around the final corner now for Aston Martin, and he's going to do it. Electric Envy wins the Portuguese Grand Prix and is on top here today in Portimao. Hella High will grab P2, and this is heartbreaking, but TT44, I think, will just about lose P3 in the Grand Prix. He will finish P4 just due to a last-minute puncture there. Oh, what an end to the Portuguese Grand Prix. Drama at the end of it. TT44 will be a little bit gutted after that one, as that could have been his. But, that was an amazing race, guys. Amazing. Truly incredible. Electric Envy, your winner here today in Portimao. He does it. He's won it. Hella High grabs his first podium in LSR. It's going to be P2 for the AlphaTauri driver. That'll move him up the championship quite a bit. Elian Bine grabs another podium, and it will be P3. He'll be happy with that one, I'm sure. TT44 will grab P4. What could have been for him? It could have been a P2 for him. It could have been a podium. And it's super unfortunate for the Mercedes driver, but he'll move on from this one. I think he'll be coming back at the next couple of races, and we'll be fighting strong. That performance that he showed today really just proved that he's got a huge chance of being in contention for podiums and wins consistently. But wow, what an end to the Portuguese Grand Prix. Incredible by all those drivers here today. Your race winner is Electric Envy, the winner of the Portuguese Grand Prix in Group 2. Wow, incredible to see how that all worked out. Santo is the driver of the day. I think he probably is going to be driver of the day. I have to look at all that and see exactly who was what, but there's the driver that we're going to be focusing on right now. Electric Envy, your race winner in Portimao in Portugal for the Portuguese Grand Prix in Group 2. This is round 2 of the championship event. Hella High will spray the champagne as well as Elian Bine. All three that battled on in the sprint race and in this race make it all onto the podium, but it is Aston Martin that grabbed the most points today. It's an incredible race for them. Actually, I think AlphaTauri will just about grab more points than Aston Martin. They grabbed P3 or P2 and P5. Mega points for the AlphaTauri team, as Hella High and FinPro Gamer were up in P2 and P5. But that is the results for the Portuguese Grand Prix here today for the round 2 race in Group 2. The race results of Electric Envy on top, started second, finished first. Hella High in P2 with Elian Bine in P3. TT44 is in P4 with FinPro Gamer, rounding off the top 5 for AlphaTauri in P5. Santo P is in 6th position, so Santo P1 is in the Aston Martin today. He grabbed P6, good points for him. And Zigdictus is in the Alpine finishing P7 with Toby in P8, Nicky Lauda in P9, Fabregas, Lisi, and I do believe who was the 12th place car? It was Peppa. It was Peppa in the 12th place car. But that is the end of the Portuguese Grand Prix. An amazing race. It had a lot of it there. Some celebrations for a lot of those drivers out on track, especially Electric Envy. I'm sure sure he'll be celebrating that win for quite a while. That's probably going to move him up into the lead of the championship as well, so that'll be great. It's going to be an amazing championship fight heading down into the next few rounds. But that is the end of the Portuguese Grand Prix. Hope you all enjoyed that one. Our first sprint race as well. Don't go away from the LSR YouTube channel. Tomorrow, we will be having the Group 1 race in Portimao, so definitely tune in for that one as well. That'll be the exact same time, 4 p.m. EDT, 1 p.m. PDT, and then 9 p.m. BST. So go check that out, and I will see you all in the next one. But I'm Formula Jonah, your commentator for today, signing off from the Group 2 race in Portimao. Next time out, which will be next week, we will return to LSR and to Group 2 for the Mexican Grand Prix. So join us then, but until tomorrow, we'll see you for Group 1, and that is going to be it here today from Portimao from Group 2. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to the LSR YouTube channel. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And yeah, we'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.